All right, welcome back to the channel. Adrien Broner calls out Devin Haney. I'm excited, man. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. This is a fight that would work absolutely wonderfully for both guys. And I do believe it's something. I really do want this fight for Devin Haney. But Adrien Broner said he's going to stop him, right? Not just beat him. He's going to stop Devin Haney. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Adrien Broner, Adrien the Problem Broner. Man, bro, he is a problem, dog. He's a problem for himself and for medium to low level fighters. Lower, upper level, medium, and lower fighters is a problem for them in the ring. But for upper echelon fighters who are larger than him, I mean, that problem's been solved a while ago. However, he is most definitely still one of the most known, one of the most, in his own way, charismatic and popular fighters in boxing in the United States. And I don't think that can be denied. Adrien Broner has been a must-watch. He is must-watch TV, period. Adrien Broner is on TV fighting, dude, I'm watching Adrien Broner fight. If Adrien Broner's on TV fight, you're watching Adrien Broner fight because you just want to see, man, is this dude going to let his hands go? What kind of craziness is he going to say in the press conference? What kind of craziness is he going to say after the press conference? You know, how is this going to, and he's always going to give you a good fight. Without a doubt, there's never been a fight that Adrien Broner has won or lost that was not an exciting fight, man. The dude is just really and truly, man, he's his own unique, and he's a unique individual in the sport of boxing. So for him to say, let's make the fight with Devin Haney. Now, Devin Haney, on the other hand, is even though he is a champion, well, he's a former champion, and there should be no reason, in my opinion, that the dude should be a former champion. But hey, man, you know, tell that to the WBC. Tell that to the WBC. He's now the champion in recess for the WBC. Regardless, the dude was a champion. I think should still be the WBC lightweight champion. Devin Haney said, look, Eddie Hearn, who is the promoter of Devin Haney, hey, man, let's make that fight. And I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to stop him. You know what I mean? And he said, Devin Haney, Adrien Broner also said, hey, man, this is a lose-lose situation for me. So, you know, pay me some good money for it. And now why he says it's a lose-lose fight for him is that if he wins the fight, he's supposed to win the fight against Devin Haney because Devin Haney's a smaller guy. I don't know if that's true or not, because I think Devin Haney is probably I think Devin Haney might be bigger than Adrien Broner, but hey, man, I could be wrong. But just the way that those guys are built, it looks like just a natural frame that Devin Haney might actually be a little bit bigger. He's just younger and a lot more disciplined about keeping his body weight where it should be. So, but regardless, in Adrien Broner's mind, he says, hey, this is people expect me, if I beat him, it's going to be because he's too young or too inexperienced, that being Devin Haney, or he's too small. And if he wins, but if he loses, then you lost to Devin Haney, you know, you're all washed up, all of that stuff. So Adrien Broner said, man, let's make this fight happen, but you got to pay me the right amount of money because for me, I'm not getting anything out of this fight but money. And that might actually be true. Because if he does lose to, geez, man, my dog, man, it's like it right at the wrong times, man. Sorry, had to take an editorial break to get my dogs out of the way because they were barking up a storm. My dog's name is Bizu, and you all are very familiar with Zeus, and they go nuts every time somebody's out of the door. Anyway, man, back on track. Devin Haney is a lose-lose situation for Adrien Broner. For Devin Haney, though, I think that this fight would be absolutely perfect for Devin Haney, and Adrien Broner would be doing Devin Haney a big favor by taking that fight. Because right now, I don't see that there's really anybody over at at 135 pounds that really want to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a very, very dangerous fighter, man. He's a very, very skilled fighter. He's a very dangerous fighter. He's a young fighter. He's a confident fighter. And he has the skill set and the style to make you look very bad. I say that about Vasily Lomachenko. I say that about Teofimo Lopez. I say that about anybody at 135 pounds that gets in a ring with Devin Haney. They have a significant chance of taking an L against that kid because he is so defensively responsible. He has excellent footwork. For example, Vasily Lomachenko, I think Vasily Lomachenko will have a very, very difficult time of finding Devin Haney in that ring. And I think that Devin Haney can get in and out on an older Vasily Lomachenko, very older and much smaller Vasily Lomachenko than people will believe. And that's one of these fights where people that really know who Devin Haney is and really know who Lomachenko is, they wouldn't be surprised if Lomachenko, if Devin Haney came out with that win. But so like from the matchmaker's view, people will know, that's a fight Lomachenko can win. I mean, Lomachenko can lose, but for the average person out there that really only thing that they know about Vasily Lomachenko is what they hear out of the mouth of, Max Kellerman and, and Bob Arum, Max Kellerman, Bob Arum, Teddy Atlas, the great Vasily Lomachenko, while they saying all that stuff while ignoring that Vasily Lomachenko has already lost a fight. And Vasily Lomachenko is now he's long in the tooth, especially for a smaller fighter, man, at 31, 32 years old. And a guy that was fighting at 126, 130, dude is older. And he's got and you tell with the tissues over his eyes, he's cutting very easily. He's getting hit a lot more. He got dropped against Jorge Linares. He went the distance with guys like Luke Campbell and went the distance with guys like with Jorge Linares. You just see that this guy is just a little bit further. He's just a little bit further down the line in his career than many people are recognizing, and further down the road than a good number of people know, but are not willing to admit. So Devin Haney could actually beat that dude. So as a result, man, that's why you hear Bob Arum saying things like, no, Devin Haney ain't fought anybody. He's not ready. Or no, he's not ready. It'll be a demolition. We're not going to make that fight. Nah, man, look, dude, Bob Arum ain't never had a problem. Never had a problem with somebody, with Vasily Lomachenko fighting somebody that didn't have a chance. Okay, I do recall Jason Sosa. I do recall Miguel Mariaga. I recall all of those dudes. Okay, there's a bunch of guys that Lomachenko put in the ring didn't have a chance. And in fact, if you believe that Bob Arum believes what he says, Bob Arum thinks that Lomachenko was the best fighter since a young Muhammad Ali, which would be like in the mid 60s, right? He's the best. So he's the best fighter that he's seen in the last 55 years. Then shoot, everybody's going to be a mismatch, right? The vast majorities of the people that have fought over the last 55 years will be a mismatch. So there should be nothing unusual about a mismatch, Lomachenko being in a mismatch. So why not mismatch with Devin Haney? Well, obvious reason. Devin Haney is not promoted by Bob Arum, and Bob Arum is going to do in-house stuff with Lomachenko. That's why he's fighting Teofimo Lopez. Now, personally, I believe that Teofimo Lopez, that Vasily Lomachenko is getting fed to Teofimo Lopez. That is my personal belief, right? I could be wrong. If I had to put a percentage on it, I would lean like, 55, 45, like 55, 45 for Virgil Ortiz, not Virgil Ortiz, excuse me, for Teofimo Lopez. And in a response to somebody left a comment on my page that said, you got with a better reason to say that Lomachenko would lose to Teofimo other than the fact that Top Rank really doesn't allow their young champions to fight in championship fights that they don't believe he'll win. I have to come up with something better than that. My response to that is absolutely no. I do not need to come up with anything better than that, because that's what I believe. And I think that it bears out. Shakur Stevenson just said the same thing about Mick Conlon. And Bob Arum said the same thing about Mick Conlon and about why Mick Conlon hasn't fought for a championship yet. He said, look, when we put our guys in there for championship fights, we want to make sure that that we virtually know that they're going to win. We're not going to put them in there unless we believe that they can win. The same that applies to Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is the one with the brighter future. With the brighter future than Vasily Lomachenko. And the reason why I say that is that Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez has another 10 years left in his career at least. He could fight, he's 20, I think he's 22. Might be 23, but I think he's 22, somewhere around there. He can fight till he's 32. That's another decade of fights out of Teofimo Lopez. Vasily Lomachenko only has another year or two left, period. He's not going to be fighting. He definitely doesn't have 10 years. And matchmaking at top rank, matchmaking at Golden Boy, matchmaking in boxing is a very, very real thing. So for me, I'm like, hey man, it looks like it could be a setup. But back to the Devin Haney, relate that to the Devin Haney, Adrien Broner thing. I don't believe any of those guys at lightweight are going to fight Devin Haney. And I don't think that Eddie Hearn has anybody really underneath his stable for him to fight. Definitely not in 135. Maybe a Luke Campbell, but I don't even think that Eddie Hearn would be inclined to feed Luke Campbell to Devin Haney. But maybe he could get maybe. I guess that is maybe the best option for Devin Haney because he's the WBC champion in recess, is that he could get the winner between Javier Fortuna and Luke Campbell, the guy out of the gold medalist out of the UK at lightweight. But that's no Adrien Broner fight. Adrien Broner is must-see TV. Adrien Broner is something that can, if he was able to beat Adrien Broner and beat him in convincing fashion, that really could catapult the career of Devin Haney. But anyway, that's my take on it. I hope that this fight takes place. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.